The season that was supposed to announce Xabi Alonso's new era at Real Madrid has begun under a very different headline: injuries. 4 players who were expected to be core pieces, Jude Bellingham, Eduardo Camavinga, Ferland Mendy and the young Brazilian Endrick, have yet to log minutes, and the club's medical team has adopted a deliberate, step-by-step approach that refuses to commit to firm return dates. That caution keeps players safe, but it also creates a tactical headache for a manager who wanted to stamp his identity immediately. Let's start with Jude Bellingham. He arrived as the midfield heartbeat, a box-to-box engine capable of carrying the ball, unlocking defences and setting tempo. A shoulder operation has interrupted those plans. Rehabilitation is underway, but shoulder recoveries are delicate. They require time to restore strength and confidence in contact situations. The club's internal expectation places Jude's earliest realistic return toward the autumn, and while the player himself might push to come back sooner, Real Madrid are clearly prioritising long-term fitness over a rushed comeback. Eduardo Camavinga's case is slightly brighter on paper. He suffered an ankle problem in pre-season, which cost him minutes and left him as a bench option rather than a starter for early games. Camavinga has shown progress in training and was close enough to be involved as cover in key matches, but the coaching staff will only clear him when he's fully ready to handle the demands of high-intensity transitional play. Ferland Mendy, an experienced presence on the left flank, is following his recovery plan and working his way back in stages. His value lies not just in defence but in how he links play down the left and offers a platform for overlapping fullbacks. Losing that balance forces Alonso to consider different options at left back or to push other players into unfamiliar roles. And then there is Endrick, raw, explosive and still finding his feet at senior level. His absence is not simply about immediate impact, it's about managing the development of a young talent so that he arrives at full fitness and confidence rather than being rushed into competitive minutes and risking a setback. Taken together, these absences change how Alonso must approach his team selection and match plan. Without Bellingham's dynamic runs, the team loses a primary outlet for progression from midfield, which makes ball progression more reliant on wide play and on the technical contributions of the remaining midfielders. Camavinga's absence reduces the team's midfield punch in recoveries and counter-pressing sequences, meaning the squad will need to cover more ground collectively and may have to deploy a double pivot or add a specialist defensive midfielder in certain fixtures. On the left, Mendy's absence can tilt Alonso toward a more conservative shape or force him to use a different profile at fullback, altering the width and overlap patterns the team uses in attack. Those are tactical shifts that can be managed but often come with a period of instability while new partnerships settle. The timeline is critical. Real Sociedad on September 13. A realistic early season barometer looms large. If 1 or 2 of the injured return in time, Alonso can integrate them carefully and limit disruption. If the quartet remains sidelined, the manager will be tested to find consistent, reliable alternatives across a congested schedule. At Valdebebas, the message has been consistent, step by step. Training sessions are tailored, loads are monitored, and the club will not rush a green light just to win a single match. That conservative stance reduces the risk of recurrence, a key reason clubs are disciplined about medical returns, but it also means uncertainty for fans and pundits used to instant solutions. What should viewers watch for next? First, medical bulletins that shift from a working at Valdebebas to a return to full training. Those are the green flags. Second, appearance on the bench or minutes in controlled friendly or low-stakes matches. Clubs often use those as stepping stones. Third, tactical changes from Alonso that reveal how he plans to cope if the absences stretch longer, new midfield pairings, modified pressing triggers, or an altered width strategy. Ultimately, this is a test of squad depth and managerial flexibility. Real Madrid's forward-thinking recruitment and experienced core give them options, but early season injuries compress the margin for error in domestic and European competitions. If Alonso and his staff manage the return timelines prudently and maintain cohesion among available players, the club can weather the storm and reintroduce its stars without sacrificing long-term aims. If impatience or misfortune intervenes, the team could face a rocky start that demands rapid adaptation. For now, patience is the watchword at Valdebebas, and the coming weeks will tell whether this injury spell becomes a temporary blip or a defining story of the season. Stay tuned for every update. The return of these players could rewrite the opening chapter of Alonso's Real Madrid.